YouTube, this is Jen, your pudgy picker without my glasses. As you get older, you can see a lot better without them. Sad but true. Today I'm doing a video I have been talking about for at least a year. I have a lot of people who ask me, how do I package my fabric to sell? How do I price it? How do I display it? And today I'm going to show you how. Excuse me. First thing I do is I have a chart that I keep in my toolbox, and that toolbox I take out, it has hammers, nails, all the other things that I need when I go out to put my stuff out in my booth. And I wanted to show it to you because this is an easy way to figure out how much you should sell your fabric for. Now, you can change this. I'm just saying, whatever decision you make on how much you're going to sell it per yard, you want to make sure that you price it consistently. Now, I know you'll probably want to pause and reflect on these numbers. So essentially, I sell my fabric for $3 a yard. I may sell it for more if it is especially heavy or fancy or whatever the case might be. So this is a breakdown of how much I sell my fabric for. So if I have a yard, a yard and 9 inches, that would be a yard and a quarter, and then I would price it at $3.75. So the reason I'm showing this to you is because I kind of used to just eyeball stuff and would just kind of willy-nilly price it, and then it got to a point where my prices were just really off. So if you want to charge $4 a yard, that's fine. Then just go down and calculate how much it's going to be, and then this is an easy reference sheet. And my sister also uses it so that our fabric is essentially the same price. So having that, if you're going to do price tags, you're going to need some little baby safety pins. I also have a whole bunch of these mini cards, which I've cut in half. Then I will stick on my price tag. And the reason why I pin it on is because so many of the price tags were just falling off. It was a nightmare. And then once it falls off, you have to unwind it and figure out how much you had and all that other stuff. And also you'll need some string because you're going to tie these up. Now I'm going to show you how to tie them up so that everything is neat and organized and everything looks nice when you display it. So let me tilt you down a little. Another item that you're going to need is a ruler. This is my handy dandy fold out one. This is nice because I can keep it in my desk drawer. So what I do is I lay this out. Let me grab my piece of fabric. Make sure you take off all your price tags from where it came from. I'm notorious for not doing that. Now, you're going to have this edge that looks like this, so you could tell it's been cut. And then you're going to have this finished edge. You want to fold the fabric so that it is finished edge to finished edge. And this is how it comes when it is on the bolt at the store. All fabric is basically about 42 inches wide. So when you say a yard, people who are buying fabric are going to know that it's 42 inches by a yard. So what you want to do is go ahead and get this all ready. And then what you'll do is we will measure it. Okay? So let's measure this. That's 1 yard. And let's say, what, 20 inches. So essentially 18 inches. You rather underestimate than overestimate, because if people are buying it for a certain project, they won't be happy if they get it and it's slightly shorter than they need. So let's say that would be 1.5 yards. So that would be $4.50. Remember this according to my chart. 1.5 yards, $4.50. So I'm just going to write that down. 1.5 yards, $4.50, and set that aside because I can't remember from one to the other. So I move my stick. Now, what you're going to want to do is make sure that you fold this so that the good side of the fabric is out. So when people are looking, they can get an accurate look at what the fabric is. So I just kind of fold this in half. What you want to do is you want to fold it so that you don't have any raw edges sticking out. So when you have it folded, there's none of this stuff sticking out. So I kind of just folded that in thirds. It doesn't really matter. And then what I do, see how I have this folded? Then I start rolling it. Okay? And then you'll just tuck this in. See what I'm doing? I'm rolling that and I'm tucking this end in. Keep rolling. And then there's what you end up with. So this is what it's going to look like. It's not, doesn't have any ratty ends hanging out. It's very easy for people to see what it looks like. And then I just take a piece of string and I just, you can see this, go around like twice, tie it in a double knot. Don't squeeze it too much because you'll get extra wrinkles in it. Make a cut. And then this is what you end up with. Okay? Now, on my price tag, let me show you. What I do is act like this has the price sticky on it. I'm going to take one of my baby safety pins. I'm going to pierce it in the end. And then what I'm going to do is just slide it in. See, so it's underneath there. And then I'm just going to pin it to the fabric. These things are small. So there you go. So there is the price tag. So it's not going to be flopping around. And it's going to be there easy for people to see. They'll pick it up. Oh, this is how much is on here. This is how much it is. And that is how you wrap it. Now, as far as displaying, you can, if you only have a few pieces, you could get a basket and stand them up so everybody can see the end. Or if you have a basket that's kind of like one of those that are shaped like this with a handle, you can lay it all in there and stack it up. Really, you can display it any way you want to. It kind of depends on how much you have. We're getting more and more and more. So that is what I do to start that. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how it's displayed in our booth. And then a couple of hopefully other ideas if I can manage to remember to do that. Okay, next item. And this is important. Let's see. Now, what if your fabric, some of the fabric is not a standard 42, like this one. This, you can tell this is the edge that it was folded. But look how wide this is. That's going to be more. So what you can probably do is measure it both ways and then guesstimate about how much that would be yardage wise. So I know that sounds confusing. I'm sorry if that's confusing. The other thing I wanted to tell you, and I think this piece is the one that was going to show you that. There's my price tag. So let's take that. Okay, now this one again is folded the wrong way, but this is important. Now, you know, if you buy fabric at garage sales or you buy it at estate sales, we're missing some. So what are you going to do with that? Well, you're going to fold the fabric like you did before. And see this end, there's nothing cut. So let me get my yardstick again. Okay, so I'm going to measure up to where it is cut, and that is a yard. Okay, so this little extra here, you're not going to count. This is going to be a bonus for whoever buys your stuff. So this little piece here that is missing the square, that's going to be extra. Now what you want to do on your price tag is write 1+ yards. That means there's not enough to measure, but you're going to get more than 1 yard. So that's what you do. Price it at a yard, because usually you get the stuff 50 cents. So if you're giving a little extra, that's good. That's good. Customers will appreciate that. So again, let me show you. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Now there's no real fancy way. The main thing you want to do is make sure that the good side is out, not the back side, so people can see the fabric. Give that a good shake. And then fold it so there are no raw edges. Okay? Now in this one, I could probably just fold this in half, and I just go slightly past that so you're not going to see that raw edge there. That makes sense? And just kind of smooth it out. And I can even fold it in a little and then fold it in like this and then roll it. It takes less time, but however you do it, just make sure the good side is out and there are no raw edges or any yucky strings hanging out. So there again, that's how you do it. So I hope this video helps. Like, comment, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you some of the ways we have it displayed and a couple other additional ideas that you can display it in your space. And remember too, if you get something that's especially old or really unique, look it up on eBay first, because I do sell some fabric on eBay. But a lot of this just standard old cotton stuff, that is going to be definitely a booth item. So I hope this helps. And coming up next, take a look at this and see if you get any display ideas. Until next time, bye!